Hey, everybody. Welcome to the State of the Market for January 2026. Al?
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Doing all right. Uh, yeah, we have an interesting month, but it feels like a little like there wasn't a lot being sold, so it feels like we had a lot of exciting months over the second half of 2025, but it feels like this might be the calm before the storm in regards to the World Cup. It just might not be necessarily vintage soccer that's going to be running or being at the front of our minds. So
Yeah, certainly doesn't feel that way. There hasn't just been a lot of super interesting stuff out. So I mean, I guess we'll go through and see some of the things that did come out, but in general, not a ton of movement in the vintage soccer area. Modern's popping off, and Prism's popping off, and Messi is still strong. I mean, the rookies have come off a bit, but everything else just seems strong. So it's a really really strong modern market. It's a good solid vintage market. It's a good solid pre-modern market, but yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see this Bitcoin, which I always was somewhat kind of tied to collectibles. I feel like there's more correlation there. If any of this basically bloodbath going on there affects cards and collectibles, because I always feel like it was softly tied with a little bit of a lag. Is that how you felt it?
yeah, I think I mean, I don't know how much of a lag there is. I almost feel like it's more real time when it comes to the crypto. It's more like the markets and stuff that were um, the actual financial markets that I feel like we're 3 to 6 months behind.
So you feel crypto's more real time and the
Yeah, because
financial markets are
people are, people are more. It's more direct access to that. You know what I mean? There's more ways. It's easier to change that to cash, or to spend it directly with the auction houses. I don't know if they still even accept crypto, but I imagine they do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's no skin off their back. They still need to be paid in the local, like they don't set your bill and then whatever it was in Bitcoin on the day they put the invoice. The invoice is still in USD, and you got to cover,
Yeah. Whatever
that.
it's just like paying it when we buy something from the UK, right?
Yeah,
We're still
doesn't
paying
matter
for
what
it.
it is the day you win. It matters when you pay.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, actually, if anybody thinks that I'm completely off base there, let me know, because I'm not. I don't pay that close attention to see if it is that real of time or not. But to me, that makes a little sense that it is a little bit, because people are already dipping their toes in. Like, I never go, oh, my 401k is doing better, or oh, my investments are doing better, I'm going to spend more money on cards, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
um,
I think some people do, but they probably shouldn't. But
yeah.
again, no one bets the price.
But all right, let's pop on to there. There's not a golden elite. We covered the December one that ended early January, and the other one ends this Saturday for the January. So, but there is the John Terry auction that we can kind of scroll through from Golden. That's the closest thing we're going to get to some soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we can just scroll. These are the big three, really. The Messi,
The jerseys.
yeah, the CR7, and then Thierry Henry from the Invincible season. All, pretty much 100 grand or more.
Fantastic provenance.
Yeah, that's the big thing, right?
Incredibly cool items for sure. 183K seems like a pretty big price for an orange FC Barca, but the him having the 19 number, I mean, that's the early Messi jersey. That's fun.
Yep. So yeah, those are, what's that, 2008 United jersey, and then the 2003 Henry. So big prices, but like you said, the provenance is strong. And how many really are you going to get that is stronger than these jerseys from John Terry? So
probably not many. That's why I think they do, at least to my eyes, so well.
Yeah.
For a modern jersey, you know?
Yeah. And it seems like you and I kind of scrolled through this in the premium show, and it did feel like some of these, relative to those that sold, like seeing some of these other prices, it felt like there were maybe some relative deals to be had, but also some pretty strong ones for things I didn't really, I guess, like expect to sell. Like I didn't expect like all of these John Terry jerseys to keep selling, you know what I mean, with so many of them being offered at the same time. But
yeah, to be selling for, you know, $7,000,
yeah,
$6,000, right?
but like Ashley Cole for under $5. Eto, 2,500.
And then you got, yeah, down here you got into what I think you could consider some deals.
Yeah.
You know, like that Eto one was, I mean, that's pretty cool. Barca jersey.
Yeah, Aguero, Makelele.
Yeah. And that's the Aguero. I mean, $1,300. You're talking about one of the best foreign players ever in the Premier League, right?
Yeah.
So
Kane.
with great provenance, you know. So I here down here, I felt like this is a good.
Oh, so these are match issued here, not worn, but at least the Kane and the Desai. Oh, and the Makelele. And so is the Aguero. So there you go. I guess that explains a lot of it.
Match issued? Oh, okay. Because that felt too cheap for me, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. There wasn't a whole lot to go over there, but figured we may as well share that. LB says happy Topps Chrome release day. Thanks, Al. Appreciate it. I'll be celebrating by probably not buying any.
Is it Topps Chrome release for what? What's that? UCL? I don't even know.
I don't know. I saw it in one of the Discords, but I didn't even get past those words.
the title?
Yeah.
You saw that and it just glazed over?
Yeah. Brain shut off. You know how it works. You know how my brain works. Okay. There was really nothing in the weeklies in regards, like, for vintage that was noteworthy. That wasn't anything that we don't see consistently. So we're going to go to the not the Golden Elite. Where are we going? The Fanatics Premier. And it basically starts here with this Messi on the left, and then we'll be scrolling up from there. So an Eminence out of 10 for 10 grand. We have the PSA 10 Mega Crack CR7 for 156. Yeah, the Mbappe out of 99 PSA 10 Chrome Green for 13.5. 101 Holland Chrome
just seems such a big price.
25, and then Let's see here. PSA 10 Mundi Chromo Messi for 40. PSA 10 Campio number 62 for 42. Now we get into the Immaculate and Eminence, CR7 and Messi 63 and 81K. Out of those two, which one would you prefer?
Oh God, they're both such big numbers. I'd rather take the cash. But I'd probably go with the CR7. I like that little tag there. That's pretty cool. So it's part of the boot. Assuming that it's game worn, I didn't flip these around. The other one just is in that mega holder. So what a pain.
Yeah.
So I'd probably take the CR7 and pocket, 22 grand and buy myself a nice used car.
There you go.
Like that. Not have to worry.
Or you could add this gold kaboom.
Freaking hate the pajama kabooms. I don't know. They must have fired the kaboom designer, and someone says, I'm going to go matte on kaboom, which is like total against everything they do. So yeah, the Holland, the Messi, I mean, these are just terrible this year. And 20 grand. I mean, he has earlier kabooms. This isn't like the first kabooms. I mean, you're just paying for the gold, and the eye appeal sucks on these, to my eyes.
Yeah, it feels a little plain to me. Kaboom is part of the excitement was like it looking like the reason that Kaboom came out was it was supposed to look like a comic book, right? And like when the superhero hits somebody and Kaboom, like the old Batman TV show. And at least that's what I think it's based off of. I can't imagine that that's not one of the reasons people or why it was designed that way. And then to kind of remove the stuff that makes it look like there was a hit, like that, it just feels like it's lacking for sure.
Yeah.
LB says we had 40 new people join the Discord in January. So yeah, that's a good month. Keep that pace up. That's
we'll have
pretty solid year.
We'll actually have I will get around, I think, this weekend to filming my 2025. So that would be basically the pace we would need to keep for the year to hit my kind of goal for the year. I think that a lot of those dynasty cards have been going nuts. So on a relative basis to some of the other results, this didn't seem bad, but it's still it's way out of my where I was willing to go on something like this. And I just feel like on those Messi signed rookies, like the 71 Bis there that went for 70 grand, it feels like there's a lot of risk in those types of cards because he could sign a lot of these. First of all, there's a ton of low grade Messi Bisses anyway, and he could sign these cards. And if buying them for $4,000 or $5,000, getting them signed, even if it costs you $1,000 or $2,000, man, there's such an economic incentive if you think you can get anywhere near 70 to get a bunch of these signed. So I'd be very nervous about paying those types of premiums for an item like that could easily be replicated. I'd feel even better about paying. Well, there's no Messi in here, but at least that CR7, they're done. That one's one of the earliest flawless signed cards. Great eye appeal. You can read the autograph. I'd rather, even though I think that's expensive, certainly relative to how these cards used to trade, I would, I'd prefer to put my money into something like that as opposed to the Messi, autographs that are on card post market, not pack pulled.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's just so much risk, and I think that's just somebody that's buying based on the pop report right now, and sadly maybe they just don't realize how many more can come out over the next 10 years. And I mean, maybe the thought is to try to flip it and it's quick and try to get 20% or something like that soon before that can happen. But I wouldn't be probably holding that long term and expecting some sort of positive return. I don't think.
I don't either.
Al says that's why I think the Pele signed rookie should hold value. Yeah, I mean, I think like the fact that he can't sign anymore. The problem is he just signed so much, but not necessarily all. He didn't sign. I don't see a ton of his signed like early stickers and things like that. I guess. I mean, it's usually signed on other things, really.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't think he signed a tremendous amount of rookies for sure.
Yeah,
I don't. It's funny. The second part of his comment there is about Maradona. I don't see a tremendous amount. I don't think I've seen a Maradona signed rookie card ever. So that's crazy. And even his post career flawless and those are very few relative to Pele. So in general, I tend same issue, even though I probably rank Pele higher than Maradona overall for career. Same even modern issue, I'll usually place a premium on the Maradona to Pele just because of these factors. He didn't sign nearly as much, certainly on cards, either modern renditions or vintage. So, but Pele ones I still think are just generally attractive. And he, as we've said on many of the state of the markets the last few months, although I'm sure we'll get to an Alifa that had probably a bounce back like close to 10,000 after they'd be anywhere in the 5 to 10,000 range. There's a little bit of a bounce back. It's still like Pele hasn't moved as much as even Maradona in the most recent moves. So I like putting money in Pele right now, frankly.
Yeah. Yeah, some more Dynasty.
Yeah, those dynasties. Look at that. Look at that Modric. I mean, it's one of one. A cool patch, right? And the Xavi also, but 20,000. Wow. I mean, these are big numbers to me.
Yeah, I feel like when like a few years ago when I was looking at these, and when I say a few years, it could be 4 or 5. Like these same ones were selling for like maybe like in the $1,000 to $2,000 range.
The one of ones?
Oh, is that what those?
I think
Oh,
those
these are one of ones.
I
Okay,
thought those were one of ones.
I saw this. I was reading tens. So
yeah. So the tens were like a lot less, but the one of ones, I think that's what does it. Is the one of ones here get that extra premium?
Yeah, I didn't notice that that's what those were.
Yeah. It's another. Speaking of the devil and the Pele signed rookies, I think that's a good one. There was another one that just finished. Was it this week or 2 weeks ago in Fanatics? I don't know if we'll get to that one.
Yeah, I think we will.
It went for considerably more than this, but it had a bigger, maybe better autograph, but it crossed his face. So here, I think it's just what's your preference? A smaller, maybe not perfect autograph on this one, or a bigger, nicer autograph, but across his face. Personally, I'd probably go for the placement of the smaller one.
Yeah, I think so as well.
And it actually went for less than the other one. So, I mean, again, these no judgment here. It's personal preference.
All right, that was it for the premiere. So now we're gonna go to the.
But on this premiere, a ton of soccer cards selling for big money. Big money. Like, look at this Messi 2023 one of one super refractor, but it's a throwback image to Barca days.
There's a lot of money being forked out. Like, there's a lot
in stuff where I like look at this and I'm like, they could be making the same card. He's not on Barca at this time. Sticker autograph. They could be making this exact same card for the next 50 years.
Yeah.
And so $84,000. Man, I think of the vintage collection you could put together, or even the Messi rookie collection. and I just would wait. I think I'd way prefer it.
Well, yeah, you could get a PSA 9 Mega Cracks
So
for the same price.
I definitely did that. And this is a PSA 8, right? I bet you could get a run of Messi rookies, all whatever, 12 of them there are in PSA 8 for the same price as that super refractor.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably pretty true. Yeah.
Like and that to me is an absolute no-brainer. You take the PSA 8 Messi rookie run with your 84,000 and you already have an absolute rock solid soccer collection of the GOAT. And I'd way rather have that. So
yeah, or you could do CR7, the big two items from each of them, and in PSA 8s, and
at least, I mean, you may even get PSA 9s. I don't know. Yeah, maybe not.
You can't get 9s because the Messi just sold for 84.
Oh yeah, no, the Messi. But I'm saying, like, if you did, I thought you were saying CR7, the top two.
Oh, I was saying like getting the top two of each player. So get like the Mega Cracks and the sticker of each of them. You're still going to have extra money after that, I would imagine. But anyway, we can tell you how to spend your money really easily. And
I think the point here, like the going point was, that's a tremendous amount of money to spend on what I honestly think is going to be a cool but largely irrelevant card in 5 years, whereas the rookies are never going to be irrelevant.
Yep.
And so with the numbering, with the sticker autos, with the 1 of 1, with the throwback picture, I mean, again, you can do that every single year. And they can do it in Merlin, and they can do it in, Champions League, and they can have 1 of 1s that are like that one, which I think was a Merlin, wasn't it? Or was it
it was a Merlin, yeah.
Yeah. In so many different, sets every year, you can have 10 of those, and every one of them is not worth $80,000 to me.
Yep. I mean, it goes back to the signed Messi rookie. It's the same kind of thing where you just
concept. Yep. Yeah. The supply may seem scarce and rare and finite at one. So, oh my God, what a great investment. But it's really not when you pull up the covers and think about what the item is.
Yeah. All right. We're going to get into these weeklies, the 3 weeklies. This is the one just before 210. So, Messi. Here's a Ronaldinho patch for 8,700.
Super cool patch. I mean, that's awesome. Imagine if you work at Nike and he's your favorite player. I mean, that would be so cool. But are we ever sure that was game used? I didn't check, but I'm going to assume it was, because I mean, that's a massive price, but cool patch, right?
It does say match worn.
Nice.
But it's sweet for sure. So Figo, yeah.
I mean, that's a gigantic number. Again, back to this 1 of 1 dynasty.
Yeah.
Just pulls big numbers.
But it's all the main, all the normal big players.
I like that Pele, that signed Pele.
Yeah, that's a good one, because you can read most of it. It's across his chest, not across his face.
Yeah. It's a nice first Panini issue.
Yeah,
really cool.
Here's a Baggio 9 for 3,300.
Yeah, this is strong. Look at that. Holland 99.28. I feel like, and you'll see in the video, and in my video. I mean, these guys are starting to pick up, and I forecast that they could do really well in the World Cup on a relative basis.
Yeah. Like this just looks more like a Kaboom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of expect. Like, love it or hate it.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of expect in a Kaboom. Actually, I picked up, go up here. I picked up one of these cards. I picked up that Xavi right there. The soul of the game. I love that. I love the soul of the game kind of issue. Kind of cool signature on white. A little more than
Oh, so that's part of the bottom of his shoe. Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's why it's called the soul of the game. So
yeah,
yeah. So it's
SOLE instead of SOUL.
Exactly. So it's kind of fun and
it's match worn.
Not something that I normally buy, but as a Barca fan and
he was pretty good.
Like that auto, but like this compared to the Dynasty 1 of 1 at 20,000, this is more my style.
Yeah.
Am I saying that I'm cheap? I guess maybe I am.
No, you're what's the right word? You're thrifty.
I'm looking for value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Zlatan BGS5 for 1,000.
Those people were concerned. Oh my God, Panini sticker! You're gonna see a ton of them. Like
you don't see these often.
You don't, and that's that. I think, and the Ronaldinho are starting to kind of maybe have their moments a bit because they just haven't the pops haven't ballooned.
Yeah. Let's see if there's anything else catches our eyes. PSA 4, Maradona, 870. A Van Basten out of 5 from Dynasty for 800.
I'm gonna give you so. What do you think the pop report is on the 2000 Zlatan?
Like the total pop?
Yeah, for just PSA pop.
Okay, I'm gonna say 17.
Oh wow, okay, that's really low. No, 48.
I have no idea.
Yeah, 48. But and then in total, there's another 15 BGS, and then there's one at SGC. So
okay, so about
65 total between all grading companies. I mean, that's super low.
Yeah, and how many are? What's the highest PSA? Is it a 9?
Yeah, three 9s and 7 8s.
Yeah. Yeah, I really had no idea, like, because you don't see them for sale. So, like, I'm basing it off of, like, I feel like I would see more of them with even there being 60, you know what I mean? But people just hold on to those because, like, there's stuff in vintage that there's 60 of that we see constantly, right? Like,
true.
So that's what kind of where my
and for
my calculations were off.
For comparison, the Ronaldinho, which I feel like we don't see that much. How many Ronaldinhos at PSA?
I would say like probably like what, 3 times as many?
Okay, a little more than 2 times, 107.
Okay.
And at PSA, 115 in total. So yeah, a little more than 2. Between 2 and 3. It's a pretty good guess. I like that. But I don't feel like we see these a lot.
Yeah, I feel like I see more Ronaldinhos for sure than that, but which would make sense because there's basically double. But yeah, there's I think those are like just players that people love and they're gonna hold on to those, and they're aware relative to other players from Panini, that there's way more out there that have been graded, and so just. It's kind of like the Modric, right? Like where we think, oh, there's going to be 1 billion of these because it's from
2005, was it 6?
Yeah, like when they're just mass printing, but it's not necessarily. That's just your basic Panini, not like a regional.
Exactly. the regional ones, which I get why people have always thought, oh, you got to see more Ronaldinho's because it's Brazil. Brazil's big. You should see them, but they all got stuck.
Yep.
Right. So it is interesting. But even some of those, you had these Inter Milan go up a little bit to the these autographs. These were fun. No, the autograph I can't go down a bit right here. Yeah. So here's the Brace. They had a few of these. I think of Van Basten as well, and these were kind of fun. I mean, if you were, if you were, a Milan fan, you could have picked up some really cool stars at reasonable prices for on card autographs. Oh yeah, there's the MVV. So $800. I mean, I don't know if 800 is a good price or not, but I'm like, if you were a fan, you could have picked up a few on card autographs.
And I like the design of this because it gives you a blank spot for there to be a
white. It makes the signature pop, right?
I mean, do I really want that stuff to the right of his face? Probably not. But like, I think it would look cleaner without it. But overall, I really appreciate having a blank area for an autograph to actually show.
Yeah, me too. So I thought that those were cool, especially if I was an AC Milan fan, right? I would have probably jumped on those.
Yeah. You're not?
No.
All right. Let's move to the 210, which is the
vintage.
The vintage one, which wasn't overly different than the normal weeklies, really. So here's the one you were talking about, the Aquarela with the big autograph going across the whole sticker. And it sold for about $5,000 more. And then we have a PSA 4 Maradona disc for 16. There's that PSA 1 you were talking about of the Alifa for just under 10, which is definitely a step up from where we had seen some. Luis Monti Plus Ultra for just under 10 also. And then here we are, another SGC 1 Alifa for 6,000. But the two of those are just, the eye appeal on the front is just so different. Now, granted, the back of, I can't recall, wasn't one of them kind of a beater on the back?
Yeah, I think it was this one. So I think the PSA one was just superior.
So this is the back of the SGC one. So it's clean. I think maybe.
Oh, really? The back of the other one was beat up? So, I mean, the front was so much better, but I thought the back was still decent on this one. Let's check it out.
Yeah. So here's the front's just so different.
It's nice.
And yeah, this one's the one that has the glue
on the back. Yeah, it has the glue spot, but I mean, you can still read everything.
Yeah.
To me, this one's just so much better eye appeal.
Yeah, the front's just so clean that.
And this doesn't really bother me that much.
I wonder if if this is just like the ink has run, or is this actually there's like a chunk of glue on it?
Probably guess there's a chunk of glue because look between the Pele, the L, and the E here.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like, but it was super clear glue.
Yeah.
It was pretty well applied. So it almost looks like, the cake where they mixed a few parts of like, and to me, I can read everything. It's transparent glue. I'm okay with it. I totally get why this sold for much more than the $6,000 one.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, the front's just so clean. Like,
and
it looks,
that's
probably like, if that was the back was clean, I mean, that's probably like a 7,
Yeah.
Maybe not, but like definitely way higher. Maybe a 5, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, at least a 5. I mean, like way higher than what it was. By the way, correct grade to be on a 1.
Yes, agreed. Here's the 71 Zico for $5K. The 52 DD for 3. The 3 crack for 2,600.
Good eye appeal on that one too.
The 3 crack Pele from 65, 2,500.
Solid price.
Here we are. An early Portuguese Eusebio for 1,700. Here's a PSA 4 Sicker Verlag Cruyff for 17.
Yep. That's a tick up. I think there was some. This was the back that has the straight back on it, so I think this one's slightly rarer to my eyes. So that may be the reason why the tick up.
Yeah.
This one has, for those of you who don't know, a split back or a straight back, and this straight back here is to my eyes rarer. And I think the first version and the second version, they split it up because in the album you'd have to cut them, and so you would effectively cut it up. So I think that this one probably, even though if you were just to look just at the straight comps, it may lead you to the impression that this was a high sales price. I think on a version, which PSA does not denote on their back, on their flips, I think on a version control basis, you got to feel pretty good about this.
Casanova Schaefer 6.
Good looking card.
Yep. Pienda Bene.
Super rare to get anything of his. I get it. Super late career, but you got to get what you can get.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the die cut Revancha for 1,100.
I feel like this went light. I mean, I know that it's authentic altered. Most of the card is cut out, but a very disciplined trimmer here.
Yeah.
But back in the day, took careful time. Well done. Fantastic image of one of the most iconic cards that you'll ever see. I mean, look at, I have 4 cards on my background, and one of them is this card. So
for those that aren't aware, this is actually supposed to be a full card
with white background behind his head.
Yeah, and you can see on the back here where the words got cut off, but the person did a really good job.
Yeah, what's the pop on this?
Oh, it's not much. I can't imagine it's
more than
6.
5.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm checking it up as we're talking. There's one authentic at PSA, because that's CGC, right?
Yep.
And 1 5. So there's 2 at PSA and 1 at CGC. So
and no SGC.
There's none at SGC.
Wow,
which is weird because I had one graded and I converted to so 1,000. Like, it feels like a bargain to me.
Yeah. And didn't we do a calculation where it was anything pre-Spain, there's not more than 20 cards or something
in
total.
Aggregate. Yeah. In aggregate. So it seems like a super bargain to me, and whoever the winner is, congrats.
Yeah, wasn't it didn't Graham get it, or Jared?
No, I think this used to be Graham's copy.
Okay. I think somebody in our premium got it.
Oh, really? Well, that's awesome. I don't remember. Let me go check while we're. Because I that's a fantastic card.
Good grade for Heinerly, 7 for 1,100 for this Puskas.
Awesome. I mean, and this one looks.
I mean, it looks so sharp. Yeah. I mean, it's sharp. These things are so beaten and folded and creased and curved, and
it just looks crazy.
Yeah, sharp. It looks super sharp.
So I don't have a problem with that sale at all. I mean, it looks so good, and
it's a great photo. It's just is a good
and the
traditional card.
That's a really big price for a pre-modern sticker on the Lothar Matthäus. Yeah. But it's PSA 8 is a monster grade of that for the
most of them are 4s.
Yeah. So I also get this, although I think it's a significant tick up from where the last one's been, but I totally get it. What an
It says
awesome
pop
sticker.
1 of 2, none graded higher.
Yeah.
Here's a Jair 48, Aces da Pelota for 900.
Pretty rare sticker for sure.
Pedro Ochoa, Dolar, the PSA 3 for 840. 59, Di Stefano. It's not one you see that often for sale.
I don't recall ever seeing another one of these for sale.
Yeah.
Cool card.
Early Nordahl.
Those went like way lower. In fact, I was bidding on some as we were doing our live for this show, but it's you know, and then I lost sight of it as we continue to do our show. But obviously, this looks like a great copy. Usually, this would be much more. It's the back that keeps these down.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
the back
they
was
were
just
removed. Yep.
yeah, very thrashed on the back. So this and the Gren, which I don't even know if we'll get to because that went super low.
But to get those two for like 1,200, if you got them both, you know what I mean? Like
Such a good deal. I really feel like I think somebody in our premium got those too.
Yeah, at least one of them.
Yeah.
Beckenbauer PSA 5 for 750. That feels like that feels low to me.
Yeah, this one, it did have some questionable speckles on the back from what I recall. So you when you zoom in the you could see I don't know if you can right here, but you know, there was some stuff where you're like, well, maybe it was removed. You see that you
over here, yeah. Like
so there's a couple questions, but I mean, maybe not enough, but there was enough here on the Bundesliga to make you think that maybe. And then if you scroll down, there's a couple other spots where you could get the impression, I don't know.
I mean, it almost looked like actually up here you can just see like all the paper fibers and everything, like, and that makes me wonder if it was pressed and you know what I mean, removed and pressed and everything, and they just did a good job.
The thing here was around the U was the U, and then on top of the U and the B, where I'm like, I just don't. I kind of feel like the paper changes color on my screens, and
yeah, and
like,
I mean, but you can see it all over the place if you like really look.
So then I'm like, okay, it seems cheap for a 5, but it's really expensive for a 1 or a 2. So did it end where it should have? Maybe. At the front, clean, and the corners look nice.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it probably did land where it should. Because you kind of still have that 5 kind of pulling it, right? But at least people are looking at the stuff and bidding accordingly rather than
card.
Early on. It was like, oh, this is a PSA 5. This is going for $2,800.
Yeah,
or whatever
that's another
it was.
thing that I would be very careful on certain cards to look at the comps. Don't just like look at the comps and say, oh, PSA 5 sells for 750. You got to go look at the cards. Unfortunately, I don't think it should be like this, but you got to look at the cards. And it's like that, those cards, the Bergmans, the Platini rookie, I feel is like another one you got to, look at. You got to look at the Maradona rookies because they're just between the Focus and the
Vanderhoots.
Yeah, the Vanderhoots. Unfortunately, there's a number of important soccer rookies that you need to look at the cards. Don't trust the comps.
Yep.
I love this 1970 Fulbo card. It just looks so fucking cool to me.
It reminds me of like the NFL stickers where they had the foil stickers with the team logos and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like it probably is pretty much the same thing. But like,
and I love they got the 2 world, the 2 trophies there waiting for the 3rd.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
1970. That's just fun, and you don't see this one very often. I've probably only seen a few in my collecting career.
Yeah, this is a 4, and it says pop 1 of 3 and only 2 graded higher.
Still, it's a big price for a 1970 sticker, but cool. I felt like that Jan Moreno went cheap.
Yep, 42.
Like
Glorieta. Yep.
Argentina kit. You know, there's not many, or is there any others now that I'm thinking about it?
It says pop 1 of 3, 4 graded higher. Oh, you mean with the Argentina kit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably
not.
And then the Sindelar, you know, I'm not aware of any that are graded higher. I don't
It
think I've
says
ever
just
seen
one graded higher.
Yeah, so I've never seen it.
Nope.
That's a really clean card and a massively important player. A little disappointed here on the Leonardo. This wasn't mine, but then when I looked at the sticker, there were some holes like in his face. So
yeah,
you know, nice.
All right.
Nice in there for what 550 was that the Yashin PSA 4? Another couple good looking Heinerlays for sure.
Yeah, there's some sharp ones for sure. All right, let's pop on to 211 now, which would have been the one that ended last week. So we have a foot Thierry Henry PSA 8 for 3,700. This looks like a kind of the lull after the previous auction a little bit, but no like monsters.
Yeah.
Trilco for 700. The 68 crack PSA 2 Pele for 600. Here's a Yashin 2.5 for 384. So
just not a lot, right? It was just
yeah,
definitely like you say, like we're already in the 200.
Yeah.
range.
All right, let's head over to the Fanatics fixed.
This is always fun because you don't see these on a routine basis. They just, you know, pop up when you query them and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's routine for the buyer or the seller.
So we're going to just start scrolling and we'll stop if anything really catches our eye. Seems like a lot of newer stuff.
Mm-hmm. I mean, a few of these American.
Yeah, the 50 balas.
Yeah, for like what, $300 to $400 each.
Yeah.
There's one for $850. But unfortunately, I think the person bought it as Jatens.
Yeah.
Not knowing that that's not him.
Yeah.
I hate that PSA labels these wrong.
Yeah, it almost needs to be like have like 2 names on there, you know? Just so
photo. It needs to say, like with the SGC did that for me, it says the name of the player and then it says, but the photo is who the photo is.
Right.
Oh, there's some fun. Varela.
Yeah,
that's cool.
48 Varela for 350. The 45 Sastre for 310.
Yeah, and I think that's not Antonio Sastre. I think that's his brother.
Yeah.
So for what that's worth, I like that Pele 83 MAGA. 340 for 6, probably about right. So a Messi PSA 9 or BGS 9 sold 31, and the PSA 9 sold for what, 80?
84.
Yeah. So
yeah. Wow. Here's a BGS 8 for 12, another one for 12. This is Monty, but not Luis Monty. This is his cousin or brother or something.
Yeah. It's nice to see movement through the PSA fixed price. I mean, through the what do you call them?
Fanatics.
Fanatics fixed price.
Yeah, at least there's some sales happening, even if it's not like major. Like there's still like just transactions happening, and that's
Yeah,
good
which
to
means
see.
people are looking and sellers are being reasonable.
I feel like there's a lot more that we're scrolling through each month now than even like a year ago.
And I think part of it is, I don't know if you noticed, but they change the fees based on your asking price. So if your asking price is
Yep.
around the comps, then you'll get a 6% fee. And
Yep.
if it's much more than the comps, you'll get a higher fee. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they give you like 20% on top. And then, so if you're asking more than 20% of what their card ladder or whatever their value is, then it bumps up to 12%.
Yeah. So if you're being reasonable in your asks, they'll give you a cut on the fees, which I think is getting some of this new volume. I think it's good for business. Otherwise,
Yeah,
you end up
it
with a
makes sense so that people can
bunch
either go, no, I want to just wait and see what I can get, and that's fine, but you're going to end up paying double in fees.
Yeah.
PSA 8, Maradona, Panini for 5,000.
Does that feel a little light? I don't know.
I don't know if it looks like a grade 8 just from what I'm looking at. It looks kind of toned, but that could just be the scan too. I don't really know. But if it's just a yes, it feels light. If it is truly an 8.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Jane's PSA 5 for 600.
That's got to be pretty high grade.
Yeah, it says just one graded higher. Yeah. I have a 1 where the left side of it's just paper loss on the front and stuff, yeah. But the Jane side looks good.
It's good.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm fine with it. But
I'm fine with it, yeah. Wow, those are some big prices on those Aquarellas. Given a PSA 5, we just saw sold for 5,000 and change.
Yeah.
BGS 6.5 at $8,000.
And I think this is just a double listing. It's the same sale, but yeah, that seems like a good price for the seller.
Yeah, I don't know why some of these are showing up as dupe doubles, but
there's one of those Alcantara Zamoras for 250.
That's good. I like that stick.
Yeah, card. It's one of my favorites. PSA 5 red and blue back Pele 2400.
It seems pretty reasonable, I feel like.
Mm. There's a 64 unsigned Pele for 2,000 PSA 8.
Man, that's feels like a monster grade.
All right, so that's that. So it looks like we're on the home stretch.
Anything else in Heritage or any of these other?
Yeah, there's just a few in eBay, and then we'll go to Heritage. So here's a Lorati Balanseri that sold for 100.
Oh, hang on. We still got Fanatics.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so here's the Lorati Balanseri for $100, which I felt like was a good price as a buyer. Here's one of the La Giostras with the Meazza.
Also a good price because that
$500.
Doesn't look like it's in bad condition, at least from this view.
No, it wasn't bad. It's a little dinged up and stuff, but to get, it's a pretty cool issue. Here's a BGS 8.5 for Ronaldo sticker for 3,500, but there's always concerns with that issue and it being a Beckett.
Yeah.
Aiken.
193
Sinclair for 200. Yeah. And there's a Tingles Adamir 4.5 that went for, let's say, 400 out the door.
4.5 monster grade though.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. We'll go to sale room. There's just a few items that I had on my watch. One of them just ended, I think, today. Here's an Arsenal shield that sold for 600 pounds with no player specific on it. It's just the Arsenal. Here was a Tull that was passed on. I don't know what their ask was, but whatever it was, people didn't.
So so we don't know. It didn't hit the 5,000.
Yeah, I don't know what their ask was. Usually the estimate and the ask isn't the same,
So it could either be below or above that.
I'm assuming it's below it by a decent chunk. Yeah, I'm guessing it would be like 2,000 or 2,500 or something is what they were asking. But
because I kind of feel like that card should have hit that. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine they were asking for 5 when that's their estimate, but maybe somebody that's watching knows, because this was just an auction that ended today, I believe. Here's Cadles with the Geo Smith in it that sold for 280. So that felt, I don't know, light to me.
Yeah, I'd say light, right? Because it wasn't just. Oh, I guess he's the value there though.
Yeah, the other one's just probably a $20. All right, what else do we have? Oh yeah, here we go. Heritage. And this will be it. All right, so here we are. Let's see if there's anything. I haven't even. Here's the UK Traditions PSA 9 Messi that sold for 250. Do not buy those.
Do not buy those.
Not investment advice. Here's a Pele signed World Cup ticket that went for 1,500. I mean, these Leaf cards are always kind of like iffy to me, but like this is pretty cool that it has Zidane, CR7, Zlatan, and Messi.
I think some of those are kind of fun. I know that most people are like, oh, Leaf, terrible.
Yeah,
some of them are kind of fun.
Yeah, it sold for just under 3,000.
Yeah, it's probably a little too much fun for me. 2,000, but they're kind of fun.
Here's a box of 2014 Prism for just under $4,000.
Wow, one box. Hobby box? Doesn't say. Factory sealed box, huh?
2006 World Cup hobby box. Oh, $300 for the stickers.
That's stickers, yeah.
Here's a pack of the 77 for the Maradona, like the Maradona rookie. Sold for $670 for a PSA 7. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Not a ton of like just crazy stuff, to discuss, but just a solid, like we're just plugging along, right? And that's sometimes how vintage is, especially where there's going to be times where there isn't a lot of exciting stuff. I mean, there was still some exciting stuff, but most of the things are things we've seen before. And, so we're just in one of those little lulls, and I would say expect to see the lull for vintage make it through September for the most part, unless you're selling something or buying something that's, something you don't see very often.
Yeah, and it'll be, I mean, certainly it's going to be a bit of a wild ride here on a lot of different things. And I think you're going to see some positives and some negatives as we go through the World Cup cycle. But it's going to be fun. And in the short term, off to the Olympics tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm not going. I'm just, at least
Off to the NBC app.
off to the pay attention to winter sports, every 4 years for the next few weeks, which will be fun. And
I heard the American mixed curling team won today.
Oh, did they? Wow.
Just the first match.
Okay. Well, hey, it's better than nothing. I'll take the victory. Hopefully they don't get too worn out. It's a daunting sport. I love him. Yeah, he looks exhausted, and I'm like, what? And then right behind like the biathlon, where these guys are like cross country skiing and then calming their hearts to like shoot.
Right.
Stuff like that. And it's like
after they've gone like 30 miles.
Yeah, those guys are the real badasses, right? I mean, not the curling. I have no sympathy for the curling guys. Any sport that mostly revolves around drinking is like, first of all, my respect, and those are my type of sports. But I do question whether they should be Olympic sports. But anyway, I'll darts and curling feel to me like things that shouldn't necessarily be in the Olympics, but I still watch it.
I mean, how do you feel about breakdancing being in the Olympics?
I didn't love it, but when I watched it, I was entertained, especially that Australian. Did you ever see that Australian?
Of course I have, yeah.
Oh my God.
I
saw that live and I'm just like, what?
It was so terrible.
It was so terrible.
Like there was people literally dressing up like her for Halloween. Like because she was just so
Lithuania almost won the gold medal. And so I was like super excited on the women's side, I think it was. So
yeah, anyway. The Olympics are fun. I do look forward to it. I don't really think like even a week ago I wasn't like, ooh, the Olympics are here. But now that the Olympics are here, like I'm excited. Like
like literally today, I'm like, I walked out, I said, oh, is that starting tonight? And like, oh, it's starting tomorrow. Okay, well that's good. Something to definitely, instead of stupid stuff we watch on the TV, news and whatnot. That'll be fun.
Right.
Watch that. So good stuff.
All right. Well, we made it through another month. Appreciate you guys, everybody that's just joining us. I guess this is our the second time we've done this. So, but anyway, if you didn't catch last month's, Happy New Year to you all, and please join the Discord if you're not a member already, and be sure to go to Al's page and subscribe if you're not, and it's in the link down below. And appreciate you all, and we'll see you next time.
Take care, everybody.